Hey guys, Get Level here, and for the past week I've been working on a project, a little personal project of mine. Basically, I had this laptop that was sitting here in my apartment collecting dust for the past like 4 years, 5, maybe 6. And this laptop, I've been trying to revive it for a while now, but nothing works, or if something works, something else breaks, and it's just very unstable until the hard drive finally completely gave up on me, and that's when I just put it in a corner to collect dust. Now I finally found a project that I could work on where I could utilize this laptop. I wanted to turn it into a media center, a custom built media center. Been watching a lot of makers on YouTube lately do those amazing custom PC cases and stuff like that. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take this laptop apart. I'm gonna buy a cheap hard drive. All I need is the HDMI port to work and the USB ports to work. Then I can just hook it up to my TV and plug in a wireless mouse and keyboard, and there you go. I can play Netflix. I can even play like emulator games. I can plug in Xbox 360 controllers to it. But the most important part is I really wanted to build something custom. It's my first time trying to build anything that is really custom made, like a PC case. This is the first time I'm making a PC case. So I recorded hours upon hours. I think I have at least like 10 hours of footage, and I put it all into a neat little montage edit. And basically I'm gonna be doing voiceover. This is how I recorded it. I recorded everything first, and now I'm gonna look at this little edit and I'm gonna give you commentary and explain the steps and what I did and what was going through my mind and how a lot of things failed. Okay, so that's the laptop. As you can see, like the mouse pad is completely dead. I was just testing it out for one last time. Plug it in, see if it would turn on, and fortunately, it did turn on. But like, since the hard drive was dead, I had to, well, get a new one. I can see it taking it apart right there. It took hours to completely take it apart. I had some screws that were like really stuck in there. So you're seeing the hard drive, it has a weird USB thing, but yeah, completely take off the screen because that's where the wireless the Wi-Fi antennas are. They're inside the screen, so I had to also take the screen completely apart just to get the Wi-Fi antennas. It was a fun little experience. And then I tested it one last time to make sure that, okay, it's working, it's still alive. I didn't fry anything, I didn't short anything while taking it apart. So that was a good feeling when I pressed that button and then the fan started moving. So I had this old picture frame that I found in the trash like 2 years ago. But the thing is, I thought this was plexiglass. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a custom PC case with plexiglass. Here you can see me realizing this is real glass, and I do not want or have the tools to cut real glass. So I took the MDF board that was in the back of that frame, and I was like, you know what, screw it, let's do it with that MDF board. So this is the little sketch I made with the dimensions, and then it was time to cut it. I do not have good tools when it comes to cutting stuff in general. I only have one little metal saw, I think it is. It's horrible. So I had to finish the whole thing with a box cutter and also a kitchen knife. But that worked way better. The kitchen knife actually like was quite impressive. So I cleaned it up, and then I used the first one as an example for the second one. Okay, now everything was cut. I had previously marked where I wanted some holes to go in because I wanted it to be elevated. So here you can see me designing little separators that I'm gonna later on 3D print. Okay, that's the 3D printer. Yeah, printing the separators. I was so scared they weren't gonna fit on the first try, but like, I don't know, I got super lucky and they fit super well. I used M3 bolts, nuts and bolts to mount everything, and it went like pretty well. I started mounting them by hand, and then eventually I was like, I need to get my screwdriver, my electric screwdriver. And that went way faster, and it was really tight. I had a lot of projects for this thing, and here you can see me taking measurements to make sure that there will be separation with the top So yeah, the MDF board is pretty cool. I heard a lot of people complain about MDF board. Here you can see me spray painting it, just one coat really, and then it was done. It's me taking measurements, and this is where I'm gonna start designing the sides basically, because I have 2 panels of MDF, and what I needed is basically the sides. So for the bottom part has the screws in it with the elevated motherboard, and what I wanted is for the sides to have little notches in them, so I could just slide the MDF board in there, and that would hold it in place on top. So for the top part, they're just being the MDF board is just being held by those corner pieces, or those borders basically. The hardest part was to take into account all of the holes. Basically, I had to come up with holes because, well, you have to plug stuff in, you have to make space for the ventilation. So I had to really do my best in order for everything to be accessible. And guess what, chat? I did not do an excellent job. I still need to work on it a little bit more. But yeah, this was a pain, but I'm still pretty proud of the result that you'll see a little bit later. And I use Tinkercad, which is a web browser based designing software, and it was perfect. I don't have to complain. Here you can see me taking apart my old hotbed, basically the tape for the adhesion. I made this beautiful laid out because this part is what's gonna be visible, so I really wanted that to be clean. And failed print, and failed print again, and 3, 2, 1, and bam. Oh no, actually that one was good, and that one failed, but it failed horribly. It was 2 a.m. at this point, and I wasn't thinking clearly. My thermometer got loose. I had to take apart the whole extruder thing, then I set it back, and it was horrible, but then everything was fixed. This is the next day, and everything just printed super well, as you can see. But yeah, that night was very frustrating because I was trying to finish everything and I was trying to rush it. As you can see, I have an old black towel underneath the 3D printer that basically silenced it. So here I start test fitting the sides, and I realized because of the screws and the elevation of the motherboard, because of the separators, there was some grinding to do basically to create some space for this screw. Thankfully, there was only one screw out of all of the sides. Only one screw was being a problem, so that was cool. And they're not fixed yet. This is just me like dry fitting them, and this is what it looks like. See, like some of the holes are like perfect, and some others are not really. So I use wood glue. Okay, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Obviously, I probably should have started the video by saying disclaimer. Hey, everything you see me do here, do not do it. It's my first time doing this. I'm not a professional. This thing will probably catch on fire once I once I let it running. I didn't have anything to press it together, so I used weights. And then there it was. So that is where the power button is, and I wanted a little thing to make it look a little better, also for it to not dangle. So I designed this little piece that I ended up printing. The measurements were wrong, so I actually had to print this on 3 separate occasions, even though you'll only see it once in this video. And there you go. That's the final result. I'm really proud of it. I'm not gonna lie. I love the look of it. I added that moon logo. It actually looks like it was a custom made computer for Moon or something, but I guess it's just a coincidence, the black and white. I initially wanted plexiglass, so the whole thing was gonna be transparent, but hey, we're gonna settle on that black and white. I really love the look of it, the feel of it, the little design that I went with. I wanted to have like some sort of window, some sort of transparency thing with plastic or maybe plexiglass or maybe acrylic. But since it's my first project, it was getting really frustrating towards the end, so I decided to stop. And there you go. So if you already follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen so many clips of this particular build. If you're not following me on Instagram, I usually try my best to post when I'm working on DIY projects like that. So I know I get a lot of questions on how did you do this? How did you do that? The answer is, well, I show how I do those things. I just show them on my Instagram stories most of the time. So definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm at gael.level. So I'm not gonna show a demonstration of me testing it out because I haven't, like, I'm not there yet. Also, there's a couple little micro adjustments that I need to make in order to try to make it perfect, and then I'm gonna stress test it. Basically, I'm gonna let it running for a while to see if it doesn't catch on fire or something. Once again, huge disclaimer, that's why this is not a step-by-step tutorial. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I ended up with something that looked good. Is it functional? We'll see with the stress test. I'll definitely keep you updated on my Instagram, so go ahead and follow me there. Was this a huge advertisement for my Instagram? Probably. But as I said, in the beginning it was super fun, and towards the end it was getting real frustrating. So I'm glad I'm done with it. I'm proud of what it looks like, at least. And that's all I can say. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. You can follow me on social media as usual. If you guys did not know, Streamlabs has a monthly payment option for the creator sites. I haven't touched on that on any videos yet. Well, that's a thing, and you can still use my link in the description to get some money off of your first purchase if you're using the monthly thing, and you're also getting a discount from the same link if you decide to go with the yearly one. If you enjoyed those types of videos, well, there's more coming because I'm always doing DIY stuff. So yeah, I got a lot of exciting things coming your way. Make sure you click that subscribe. I never ask people to do that. Click the subscribe button, click that bell icon in order to know when I post stuff. Otherwise you'll never know, and you'll be like, hey, how do I do this? How did you do that? And then I'll be like, I have a video on that. You don't want that interaction with me. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video and hearing me ramble for I don't know how many minutes, but I will see you guys next time. Go out there, make me proud, and as usual, get level out.